Okay, well, when it comes to Mourinho's sound bites after a match or pre-match, whenever it might be, how much attention do the players actually listen to that? How much of it is actually true?
You know what, you do listen to it, and it varies how much of it is what he said in the change room by comparison to what he actually makes public and the reasons he gives out to the media. Sometimes it's exactly what he said in the change rooms, other times it's just a smidgen of it. So he's very controlled, he's very precise in terms of, and calculated in terms of what he distributes out to the media.
He's a canny operator.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, most of them are. You know, he's just one of those ones, I suppose is a little bit more open about it, and it's a little bit more known that he does that. Whereas the other managers, they do exactly the same. There's very few managers who will come out and say exactly what they said in the change room in a press conference to the media.
Who's the most honest manager you had, Darius, in your time?
Oh, gosh.
That said it as it is to the media and in the dressing room.
Put you on the spot, man.
I know, I'm sorry.
The most honest manager. I mean, there's been so many to play. It doesn't mean that they're super honest. I don't know. But for me, I played under Sven-Göran Eriksson.
Yes.
He was very honest, told me to my face anything that I needed to know. Never any secrets, never any doubts of anything. But that's not to say anything about the other managers. I mean, I don't know how you can be, you know, a manager and be dishonest to your players. Part of it's about being a man manager. And being
I think there's a lot
players.
of them out there who are.
There probably are, yeah. But I don't know how you can do it and expect to be successful long term.
Yeah, I've had quite a few managers who wouldn't talk to your face, wouldn't tell you to your face. You knew what they said behind your back. They would never say it to your face. Didn't like confrontation. But then one of the ones I'd say for me that was the most honest to me was definitely Jose Mourinho. He was definitely very honest to me face to face. And then Roy Hodgson for 2 years with him. But again, I think it depends on the individual relationship. Also what you deliver for him. You know, that also has a massive say in terms of your relationship with that manager, how he's going to speak to you. He knows he can be honest with you. He can tell you how it is. He can be straight. He knows how you conduct yourself in the change room. If you come in after a game and go, hold your hand up because you've made a mistake, he's like, listen, you don't need to say that. Every other week you pull us out of trouble. You know, and that's the type of person he is. You know, the manager is, and it depends on your relationship with him.
All right. Just out of interest, I say that a lot these days because you're here, goalkeepers, but you're the star of 2 successful teams winning back-to-back titles. I'm sure you would agree with that.
I wasn't a star, absolutely.
You were a star.
No, I was around. I was around. Like
you were a huge influence in the dressing room.
Chelsea, I was there for 6 months and saw the very first 6 months, and it was an amazing experience to see that. But they were nowhere near winning the title at the stage when I left. Actually, I left. They lost on New Year's Day away at Tottenham 5-3.
5-3, yeah.
And my last conversation with Jose Mourinho was about, first and foremost, asking him if I could go because I had an opportunity to go to Leicester City. And then secondly, he asked me a question and said, what do you think? How's the change room? How are the boys reacting? How do they feel after the defeat? And I said to him as well, I think it's probably the best thing that happened to you. Brings the boys down a little bit to reality. Losing against one of their arch rivals hurts more than most other games, if that's even possible. And I said, you've got a great group of players there and enough experienced players that they will do the work in that change room. And it was right. You know, they did that.
That tandem shift was because of your conversation, your pep talk with Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, it was nice that he even, you know, that's what he was great about. He was great to actually ask your opinion, include you in things.
Just leading into my next question, if both of you were, say, 26 years old, 28 years old, you're at your peak of your powers as a professional footballer, scoring goals for fun, keeping clean sheet after clean sheet, apart from when you face each other.
That's not going to quite work.
Who would you rather play for? A Pep Guardiola with his expansive, attractive football, or Jose Mourinho, who seems so results-driven? Now, I know you played for Jose.
Yeah, but I think they're both very results-driven.
But in this current climate...
Yeah, but I think you know, listen, Pep Guardiola is very results-driven, absolutely. He betrays the message that it's all about the way they play, but they play the way they play, which enables them to get the right results all the time because they are so good.
He wouldn't set up shop like Jose did.
No.
After the 5-3,
yeah, but it's a different style of football, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's what it is. So, yeah, absolutely. So there are 2 very contrasting styles of football. Yes, listen, as footballers, you want to play the best possible football. If you can come off the pitch every week and go, wow, that was amazing. We were brilliant today. We played beautiful football every week. That's an ideal scenario, of course, and what Pep Guardiola is able to accomplish with his sides is quite remarkable. But you know what? I'm a realist as well. There's some games you can't. Some games you've got to. I mean, when Manchester City went to Liverpool early on in the season, to Anfield, they didn't play as expansive, as direct, you know, as commanding as they normally do. You know, they sat back a little bit, they absorbed a little bit of the pressure and tried to hit Liverpool on times on the counter-attack.
Yeah. There's definitely a team building element to having different styles to your play, especially shutting up shop. And I'm saying this as a striker, to actually do that and come away with it and that to work, and then go on your team bus and go back home and be a part of the team. Sometimes it's just as rewarding, as winning 5-0. The fact that you've got together, you've changed your plans and you've done something which has been effective. That's a contributing factor to answering the question that you just asked. So, I don't know, like you say, you can't always be expansive.
Well, I'm going to throw another stat at you, which I just saw this week.
You love your stats,
I do. I saw it this week, as a matter of fact. Since Sir Alex Ferguson retired as Manchester United manager, amongst the top 6 clubs, the traditional top 6 clubs, including Manchester United here, they've scored 5 goals or more in over 50 matches. City themselves have done that over 20 times since Sir Alex retired. Do you know how many times United have done it in the league since then?
Not many.
Zero.
I was going to say, no.
0.
Yeah.
Not once since Alex retired. Since his final game, if you remember, I think it was against West Brom, have United scored 5 goals or more?
He tells you they get to 3 or 4 and...
Well, we just saw back-to-back games for City, didn't we? 6 goals.
No, shut it off.
Yeah, no, listen, the way that Manchester City play, it leads to a lot of opportunities. The quality players that they have,
They'll put them
it's going to lead to goals. And it's the nature of the way that they're playing, the way the game's gone, the type of players they have here at this club. Manchester United, on the other hand, is slightly different. They haven't got the quality of players that they had in the past. And you'd argue and say, well, actually, that team that Sir Alex Ferguson left behind, that very same team he won the title with, was seen as a team that wasn't left in a great shape, wasn't a good actual team. So that goes to show you how good a man manager Sir Alex Ferguson was. That he was able to control that group of players to perform and win the Premier League title in his last season.
All right.